Ladies and gentlemen, this is a one-fall match. It's for the Western States Heritage title. Introducing, first of all, the leader of the Four Horsemen. Here is James J. Dillon. And introducing the challenger from Minnesota, one of the Four Horsemen, 245 pounds, Arn Anderson. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the Western States Heritage champion from Sweetwater, Texas, 250 pounds, Barry Windham. Ladies and gentlemen, this match, one fall, 30 minutes. It's for the Western States Heritage title. Introducing, first of all, in the corner to my left, the leader of the Four Horsemen. Here is James J. Dillon. The challenger, one half of the NWA World Tag Team Champions, a member of the Four Horsemen from San Antonio, Texas, 236 pounds, Tully Blanchard. Introducing the Western States Heritage Champion from Sweetwater, Texas, 250 pounds, Barry Windham.
Welcome to episode 24.5 of The Hands of Z. I am your host, Sean, and I am joined always by Keith Langston, whose Hands of Z and Shit Taker is two favorite pods that he does anywhere.
My favorite pods ever. I love them.
Okay, that wasn't convincing enough. I need you to be better. Do better.
Oh my God. Sean Kidd, I am so excited to be here. We are recording my favorite, not only my favorite show, but my favorite episodes of my show, which are 0.5 episodes. These are my favorite because not only do we get to watch other superstars of professional wrestling, it's usually quality, high quality matches because we're not just going for whatever Larry and Ronnie are doing this week. Is that better?
Okay, that was very good. Yeah, it was good. That was very good. Thank you. All right. So, very special episode. This one. I am very, very excited for this one, Keith. You know why I'm excited for this one?
Please.
Because it is about our favorite title. It is about the Western States Heritage title, a very prestigious title in the history of professional wrestling that doesn't get talked about enough. It was held by our distinguished Larry Zbyszko, but ultimately was brought to prominence by one Barry Windham.
Yes. Yes.
Is it your favorite? So I never asked you this. What is your favorite title, really, Keith? What is your favorite title?
I mean, title design or like title matches and shit like that. I mean, it's
both.
Probably
design.
Right.
I would like design and matches, maybe.
So it's probably both. It's probably the Intercontinental Championship, and it's the 1980s Intercontinental Championship, the mid to late 80s. So the Savage, Santana, Honky, Warrior, Perfect, Bret Hart. That's my favorite. I think out of all the matches that I've ever thoroughly enjoyed, they've all been like Intercontinental title matches pretty much. You know that one of my favorite fucking matches, if not my favorite match, is still Steamboat Savage, seconded by Perfect Hart from SummerSlam. It's one of the biggest disappointments in my life is the SummerSlam 93 match where it's perfect in Shawn Michaels, because that had the potential to be like an all-time greatest match of all time, and it just wasn't. So, yeah, no.
Shawn Michaels was fat. Shawn Michaels was fat.
Well, yeah, that's a lot. That was a lot of Shawn kind of not, I don't think, putting in the work that he needed to. So, yeah, I blame Shawn for that. But no, I mean, and then the design, I don't know. There's something just so classic looking about that belt. But then if I'm have to go with something else, it's probably the NWA World's Television Championship. So the one that Barry wore, the one that Arn Anderson wore, the one that Stunning Steve Austin wore. So, yes.
So, yeah. So I would probably say for me, the TV title's up there. I don't ding you on the Intercontinental title. That was one of my favorites growing up, regardless if Savage had it or not. No, I'm kidding. The TV title was good. The United States team titles, I think I brought that up. They're one of my favorite titles too, just from the look. And then usually that was the workhorse title, like the Intercontinental title. So I just thought it was interesting. But the Western States Heritage title holds a place in my heart because I thought it was a very cool title, and it came so out of nowhere. Like one day on UWF TV, there's Barry Windham on a fucking with the Western. What the fuck is that thing? That he won in some tournament in Houston randomly for the UWF. So, all right. So this episode, we're going to focus on the Western States Heritage title. However, we're going to call this episode Heritage versus Horseman. What a great title. So this is Barry Windham defending the Western States title against two of the Four Horsemen on two separate occasions. So the first one we're going to talk about is Barry Windham versus Arn Anderson. It is from the September 5th, 1987 NWA Pro syndicated show. So let me talk about it a little bit. So Windham wins the Western States title in the summer of 87 in the UWF. And during that run, we could do a whole episode on I might have to do a Western States title pod with you one day. Because listen to these people he defended the title against. Eddie Gilbert, Dick Murdoch, Rick Steiner, Big Bubba before Big Bubba went off to the WWF. There's a lot of those kind of matches. The Dick Murdoch one I covered on a Territorial. That's a great match. But he had some good matches. So it wasn't really a throwaway regional belt. He really defended this title. And they really, on UWF TV, treated this like the Intercontinental title in the WWF. It was like their secondary prime title. So when the UWF folds into the NWA under Jim Crockett, Windham doesn't just drop the belt. He brings it with him. So now you have the Western States title being defended on NWA TV. So during this match, September 87, let's lay this out. Ric Flair, at this point in time, is still the world champion. He's only weeks away from losing it to Ron Garvin. Lex Luger is the U.S. champion. He just beat Nikita Koloff in July. And then Tully Blanchard had just lost the TV title a few weeks before this to Nikita Koloff. So when you think about all that, the one that didn't have a singles title run was Arn Anderson. And so Arn didn't like that. And this is only a few weeks before Arn and Tully win the tag team titles from the Rock and Roll Express. But he had made it known that he wanted a singles title, and he was gunning for Barry in the Western States titles. This is, Barry defending the title on syndicated TV. And again, a few weeks before Flair drops the gold, and a few weeks before him and Tully win the tag team titles. So this is one of the only title matches between him and Arn that they had televised. So does that give you kind of the layout?
It sure does.
All right. So here's the match. The match starts with a tie-up. Oh, by the way, your referee is Tommy Young.
Okay.
Tommy fucking Young.
It's always Tommy Young.
I would expect some goofy ref bump at some point, but we'll see what happens. So it's Arn in a tight headlock. Arn tries to toss him into ropes, but Barry refuses to budge, keeps him grounded. Arn tries it again, but Barry drops to his knees, stops him cold. On the mat, Barry keeps the headlock locked in while Arn keeps rolling him over for near pins, and Barry keeps kipping back up. Barry eventually gets pushed into the corner, but fires back, unloading punches on Arn and sending him to the floor. Crowd's going crazy. Arn comes back, fires off a gut kick, punches, and an arm rake. Then we hit commercial. After the break, Arn throws Barry into the ropes. Barry drops a knee to Arn's face and locks in a rear chin lock. Arn fights back, repeatedly ramming Barry's head into the turnbuckles, dragging him across the top rope base. Arn shoulder blocks Barry into the mat with a 2 count. Then Arn throws Barry out to the floor while the referee is distracted. JJ gets involved, kicks Barry in the gut. Arn knees Barry on the apron, collapses him into the guardrail. Back into the ring, Barry pounds Arn, hits a gut-wrench suplex for a near fall. Arn grabs Barry by the tights, throws him through the bottom rope to the floor, then brings him back in for another suplex, which gets a 2 count. Arn keeps pushing, but Barry runs into a knee. Arn climbs to the top rope, which is unusual for him, but Barry blocks it, fires punches, and Arn crashes into the top turnbuckle. Barry climbs up to a slow motion superplex, like it's very slow. It's very, very good. JJ Dillon interferes. Referee Tommy Young gets tangled up with him. Barry takes it out on JJ, pounding him on the apron. Then Tully Blanchard comes in, swings the steel chair, knocking Barry over the ropes. JJ pushes Barry to the floor. Arn tries to get the referee to count, but the referee counts to 10, declares Arn the winner. But since it's a count out, the Western States title doesn't change hand. Barry is still champion. Finally, Barry recovers, beats down Arn and JJ, throws Arn into the ropes, hits a backdrop, and the match ends with Barry standing tall, but he has lost the match by count out.
Yes.
So this match was about 50, pretty chaotic, violent, perfect TV wrestling, back and forth action, outside bumps, interference, it had everything. Tommy Young, of course, shits the bed again. I would give this one a solid 3 stars. I wish it would have been a little longer, but it was a good TV made up between 2 great guys, and it was good. I went 3 stars solid. What'd you think?
I think three's good. 3's a solid number. I mean, one of the things I love about Barry Windham and they showcase it a lot in these 2 matches that we watched, is it's just something about the way that his body moved. And I think I've said this before, like he's just got like such a fluid motion about him. And I mean, Arn's probably should be on a lot of people's Mount Rushmores for like total overall professional, because he's just so good. He's so good with his storytelling in the ring. He's so good with his promo work. He's one of the best promos of all time. And I mean, like his spine buster is so fucking is so good. It's like it's probably the best spine buster in the business, you know?
And if you're gonna do a Mount Rushmore, I don't want to say secondary wrestler, but like what would you call it? He's not like the main event guy, but like the next level, whoever
undercard.
I would
undercard.
say I would say Arn would absolutely be on my top 5 undercard wrestlers for sure. I agree.
Yeah. And I mean, anybody else that you're going to put on there?
Larry Zbyszko, Ron Garvin. I'm kidding.
Jesus. I would probably throw, because it's different. It's different because it's like you can't put guys that are going to make it onto the main Mount Rushmore, you know. So you can't say like a Bret Hart. You can't say a Bret Hart. You can't say a Shawn.
Kurt Hennig.
I think Kurt Hennig is on that. Kurt Hennig's on that Mount Rushmore. I think Hennig, Arn Anderson.
You can even say Barry Windham.
You could say Barry Windham. I think Barry Windham. Yeah. And then if we wanted to go for a 4th, you know what? Because he never won a world championship, would you say like Piper?
I would say Piper. Or
do you think Piper is on the main Mount Rushmore?
I think he's too much of a legend to be.
Yeah.
He's not really on the main Rushmore.
What about Jake?
Oh man, I'll be honest with you. Most of Jake's matches suck a big ball of
they suck. Yeah. Yes. But Jake Roberts is probably the best character in all of professional wrestling.
Terry Taylor.
Wow. All right, this just went off the fucking rails. So we have 3.
I have to think about it.
We have 3, and I'll leave it up to people. If people actually listen to the show, either send us a message on either some form of social media or comment on either Apple Podcast or on, you can even do comments on Podbean, but comment and tell us what you think of our 3. And then if you have a 4th or if you have other ones, I mean, that would be great. That'd be great fan engagement.
Razor.
Who?
Maybe Razor Ramon.
Yeah.
Scott Hall.
Because even when he was Big Scott Hall, and actually I didn't hate him when he was friggin' Diamond Stud, and you know, he wasn't terrible as Diamond Stud, and he wasn't. I mean, he hadn't fully flushed out that Razor Ramon character yet, you know?
Yeah, I'd have to.
And it's
I
got to
really
be a guy that
would have to think.
it's got to be a guy that didn't spend an extended period of time as a main event dude. And I don't think Arn, Barry, and
Yeah.
Perfect.
Oh, Eddie Gilbert.
Oh, yeah. God, Eddie Gilbert's on my what could have been Mount Rushmore.
Yeah, we could.
Gilbert's on my what could have been. If there's guys,
Eddie Gilbert's got so much history. There's so
Eddie
much
Gilbert's on Eddie Gilbert's on the what could have been, and yeah, I don't know who else I put on my what could have been Mount Rushmore. It might be the Lincoln Memorial, and it's just Eddie Gilbert.
Rick Martel, but not because of his Rick Martel has a great history pre WWF. I actually have something for you one day on one of these pods. I'm going to have you watch with me.
Good.
So, all right. So Arn Anderson, that's the first one up.
Yep.
3 stars, solid match, 15 minutes. Arn wins. Our next one comes from NWA Superbouts from January 23rd, 1988. Have you ever heard of Superbouts?
No, never at all. Never.
It is the precursor to the NWA Main Event TV show that came out in January. This match takes place the night before the Bunkhouse Stampede, where Barry actually loses the match to Larry Zbyszko. So this takes place in Richmond the night before the night Barry Windham loses the title to Larry Zbyszko.
Okay.
So we've got a 30-minute time limit. JJ's out with Tully. Tony Schiavone does a ring announcement. This is again from Richmond, Virginia. Our hometown of 110 Capel. I seriously doubt he was there for this. I don't know if he was even born yet, but he probably was. Place is packed. Barry's around his head. I'm still I'm watching this match, right? And the next night he loses to Larry. I'm still trying to figure out, how do you go from Barry Windham to Larry Zbyszko as the Western States champion? Like, how does Larry Zbyszko from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania scream Western States champion?
He doesn't. He doesn't.
Like I even think Arn Anderson from Minnesota, or even Tully Blanchard from San Antonio, you could get away with Western States on both those guys, I think, in some form or fashion.
I mean, I think that Larry, I don't know what you're trying to have me figure out what friggin' who was booking in '88? Dusty? You're trying to figure out what Dusty's to this friggin' secondary championship that Dusty probably didn't give 2 shits about.
How dare you?
How dare I? What do you actually think Dusty gave a shit about the fucking Western States Heritage title?
What I think is funny is Dusty didn't book himself to win it. That's what I think is funny.
He didn't book himself.
But you know what's funny at this time? Dusty Rhodes is feuding with Larry Zbyszko during this time too. Because
listen, Daddy, I'm not booking myself for this shit. It's either the U.S. title or the television title.
Well, Larry's going for the U.S. title too. Because this is where Baby Doll shows up and shows Dusty that letter. It's the same time frame where it never finished that. They never really booked that. Anyway, Jim Ross is on commentary. Tully goes to shake Barry's hand. Of course, he goes to kick Barry, but Barry grabs his foot, turns Tully around, hits an atomic drop, and Tully collides into the turnbuckle. Barry punches him off. Tully rolls out to the ring to get his Tully runs out of the ring and gets JJ's hug and loving. Oh, Tommy Young again is the referee, by the way.
Yeah.
Again. Tully runs back in from the outside. The two start slugging. Tully goes head on, and Barry's punches are awesome. Barry throws Tully over the top rope. Tully goes up and over the top rope and collapses to the floor. Back in the ring, they tie up. Barry goes into the ropes. Tully throws him down, pushes him away, and then bails. He keeps stalling, like Larry Zbyszko one-on-one with Tully here. Yeah. Barry chases him around the ring. Tully rolls back in. Barry gets up, but Tully comes off the ropes, and Barry nails him with a punch. Barry drops a big elbow to Tully and gets a 2 count. Tully kicks out. Barry throws Tully back into the ropes. Lands a huge power slam, but only gets a 1 count as Tully gets his foot on the rope. Tully rolls out again to catch his breath. Over to J.J. Dillon and hugs him again. Jim Ross does a fantastic job selling the importance of the match. He said, don't go to the fridge as we go to commercial. I thought that was pretty good. The Horseman, Barry goads Tully back into the ring as Tommy Young gets between them. Tully comes back in, knees Barry in the gut, forearms to the face, knees him again, and punches him in the face. Barry goes down to the ground. Tully then goes for a rear chin lock, almost like a camel clutch with him on Barry's back, spreading his legs for a base, which I thought was pretty cool. Barry fights up, grabs Tully's arms, and hits a huge back suplex. Then we go to a commercial. During a commercial, we get an ad for the Wrestling Hotline, $1.50 for the first minute. 35 cents for each additional minute in 1988, Keith. That's pretty pricey.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever call any of those hotlines, Keith? Did you ever call any of those hotlines?
I think the only one I think I did ask my mother if I could call Randy Savage at SummerSlam 91.
Did you
talk to Savage.
Really?
I think I did, and I don't think I got through actually.
I might have called 1-900-909-9900 a couple times.
Was that
That's the WCW?
exchange?
No, that's the WCW hotline, you fucking prick. All right.
You never called Hulk Hogan. You never called Mean Gene to talk to Mean Gene. Hey everybody.
Yeah, that was 1-900-909-9900.
Okay.
But I never called for him. I might have called Missy Hyatt a couple times, but I don't know.
Oh boy, here we go.
All right, we're back for commercial. Barry's on the ground. Tully stretches his leg. Barry jumps up, nails Tully with a lariat and covers, but the match continues. Tully targets the leg relentlessly. Barry, very good selling by Barry here with the leg and the selling. Barry limps and enters punches, atomic drops, back suplexes, leg scissors, figure four reversals. Tully goes to the top rope, but Barry knocks him down, punches him, and goes for a superplex, but can't get it. Collapses, rolls over to the other side of the ring, then climbs up and connects with a lariat out of the corner and goes for out. And this is the moment. J.J. Dillon rings the bell early, trying to end the match. And what's funny about this is the timekeeper the whole time is saying what the time limit is. But Tommy Young calls for a draw like a fucking dipshit. Luger runs out, and the footage is reviewed outside. Like they spend so much time reviewing the fucking footage. And the commentary, and Tommy Young's just watching the monitor like a fucking dipshit. After reviewing the replay, the match is restarted. Tully knees Barry in the back and goes for a 3 count. Tommy starts the count. You just restarted the match. But Luger pulls Tommy out, and then the interference begins. This is when total chaos erupts. All the horsemen come in. They attack Barry and Luger. Flair holds Luger while Arn DDTs him. Tully and Arn go after Barry. Then Sting runs in, joining Barry Luger to chase the horsemen off. After the dust settles, Barry and Luger reunite officially and become friends again. And this was the start to their journey to go after the tag team titles, right, at the Clash. The match perfectly sets up the upcoming feud again, like the Clash. I love this match. I thought it was a 4-star match at a 4-star angle in almost 30 minutes. I thought this match was fucking amazing. What'd you think?
Same. I mean, it's incredible. I mean, it was good. It was even with the shenanigans kind of at the end, it was still good, you know, and then with everybody, like with everything coming up, especially considering like they try the whole thing with having like wanting Luger or wanting Windham to attack Luger, because they're talking about how they want Windham and the Horsemen. And so they're trying to push.
They already started that, right? They already started that with him.
And then I didn't realize that this is like right before the first Clash too. So, which is the first Clash is where Windham and Luger win the titles from Arn and Tully.
Yeah. So this whole thing started right here in this match for them.
Yeah. It was great. I loved it. I thought it was fucking awesome.
Hey, look, did you see that little drive-by by Logan Cross?
I did. Yeah. I did. I almost wanted to add him in just to have him go, I don't want to be in this guy.
Maybe he's trying to record the cross doing a pop-in.
Oh, is that what it is? We got to get out of here because he's going to do the pop-in.
No, he's got his own. It's like he popped in just to pull Munis or something. I don't know what the fuck is happening there.
Well, that's what it was? I thought it was his face. It was his ass? Oh, that makes sense.
Oh, good. Anyway. So, yeah, really good banger match there. Really good 2 matches here. Barry Windham was an amazing Western States champion. He should have retired as champion. Fucker. Can't believe he lost to Larry Zbyszko. And Larry Zbyszko.
He should have retired as champion.
He should have retired. Instead, Larry Zbyszko did. It's a tragedy. Absolute tragedy. So.
Well, it's hot. The title retired. I mean, it wasn't. They retired the title, not the wrestler.
So on an upcoming territorial, my territorial for the month of March covers the very first episode of NWA Main Event. And you want to know, so that episode takes place in March.
Okay.
In March. And Larry Zbyszko wins the Western States title in January, like the next night after this one, right? Yeah. 1988. You know what he's doing in March of 1988 on the very first episode of NWA Main Event?
What?
He's teaming up with one Super Destroyer in a 5-minute squash to the Road Warriors in the opening match.
That seems about right.
So the Western States title immediately, once Zbyszko gets it, goes to hell in a handbasket. It's all over.
Yeah,
it's all over. Right. It's all over. Anyway, Keith, our next episode of Hands of Z, it's number 25, a very special episode, number 25, Keith. And what we're going to do, there is no Ron Garvin in our episode 25.
Oh,
We are going to make it all about Larry, and we are going to watch the 32-minute AWA Battle Royal where Larry Zbyszko wins the AWA World title. And you know who's in that Battle Royal? You have Larry, you have Wahoo McDaniel, you have Sergeant Slaughter, Colonel De Beers. No. Tom Zank is in the Battle Royal.
Oh, the Zed Man.
So I'm going to force you to watch Larry win the AWA World title in that Battle Royal after Jerry the King Lawler.
Okay.
Why don't you seem more excited?
Oh, Jesus. Well, is it similar to the 92 Rumble where Flair wins?
That'd be a very hard comparison. Consider that's one of the best Rumbles of all time. I wouldn't go that far. I think I'll be honest with you. I've only watched this Battle Royal once, and that was in 1989. So I have no recollection of it, how good it is.
I do love me a good Battle Royal.
I remember how shocked that Tom Zank was in it. I was like, what the fuck is Tom Zank doing here? I had no idea. And the other thing I'll share with you is Dusty Rhodes was supposed to be in that Battle Royal too.
Oh.
So we'll talk more about that on our next episode.
Okay.
So I'm teasing you. I gave you a little cock tease there. So
thank you. I love it.
All right. I hate your sarcastic. I love it.
I feel tantalized and titillated right now. So
good. Very good. Take it easy. Anyway, Keith, anything you would like to pimp before we go?
Please listen to GFA Live with my BFF Petey Winson, my very close personal longtime friend Pete Winson. Please listen to my show, A La Carte with Keithy, on my own feed, as well as when I eventually put out a Hail to the Keith. Really, that's for Schiff, I should say, because he likes Hail to the Keith. And then check out my Taking It Easy with Keithy on the YouTube, as on my YouTube channel. But then also listen to everything that we do here on the Backbone Wrestling Network. Would you like me to list the shows that we do, Sean?
You don't need to. Here's all I'll say. There's almost a brand new episode or pod every single day of the week at this point. And it covers pop culture to wrestling now, wrestling of the past. It's like, I really feel like if you listen to Backbone, you have a potpourri of wrestling for any fan. That's the way I can only put it. I think absolutely.
But also listen to other shows such as 9021 NoSo, which I've heard you make a couple appearances every now and then.
I have. I've had to cancel more than I've been on. I think I've been on like 5 times at this point.
But then you can listen to we have of course Logan Crosland makes appearances on the Talking Docs through the Jenny position, as well as you can hear Jenny, Tim Capel, and I whenever we do exposition on the Jenny position through the North-South Connection Podcast Network. So listen to everything that we're doing. A lot of us are doing all this. None of us are getting paid, and it's all a labor of love. And we really do thoroughly enjoy it. But be on the lookout for possibly a very special Can Keithy Take the Heat when we go to Vegas for WrestleMania. So be on the lookout for that.
Yeah, I was thinking there might be a couple of bonus episodes of shit. I don't know. We'll figure something out. I do want to pimp our shit takes for this month. So our shit takes, this is the month of March, and full transparency, our next recording of Shit Takes and Hands is will take place before WrestleMania because we have to based on schedule. But our next 2 shit takes are very good. So you gave me shit about for the month of March, I should say. What were our shit takes? I can't even remember. Do you remember what they were? I got in my head the ones I'm doing for our next month.
Yeah.
I think your CM Punk was very overrated is one.
One of mine was CM Punk is very overrated.
Yes. Yes. Oh, and wrestling terms that you're tired of hearing.
Wrestling terms I'm tired of hearing. And then yours was Nikita Koloff is extremely underrated for all he's done for wrestling.
And the other one is I'm very happy Roman Reigns has been rebooked to be in the world title picture finally.
Yes.
So,
and I will say that your current takes, one of them.
You're talking about my April ones?
Yeah, your April ones are like.
I think they're 2 very timely, in the now, perfect.
They're timely already.
The good news is by the time we record that, we'll see where one of those shit takes goes on this episode of SmackDown this Friday.
That is true. Yes.
So, So you think both the ones for April are shit takes when we do those? You think they're both shit takes?
I think one of them
or
is
just one.
I think one of them's a big shit take. I don't disagree with it 100%. But one of them's a shit take. But we'll see what happens.
I'm going to reframe it and said that individual reminds me of Hogan 95, and I'll leave it at that.
Yeah, didn't you say that? You said that like
I said that in the chat. I said that in the chat, but I'm going to rephrase it for the shit take.
And I don't disagree with you. I just hope it does. I just hope this person doesn't go down the similar path that Hogan went down in '96. That's all.
We'll talk about that on the next episode. It's like, you did give me a little bit of grief about my shit take about Ricky Stanks. Because
again, it's one of these where it's just like, I don't understand the hate on a guy that is pretty.
Because of this
expensive,
or he does his little.
Yeah, I know you, and I like that little move. I like that.
Why don't you put some mistletoe under it and kiss your own ass, fucker?
Wow, well, good luck with all that.
All right,
interesting.
We'll leave it on.
Back to live action.
We'll leave it on that note. We'll see you guys on episode number 25 of the Hands of Z in April.